Okay, finally. There was this review a few days ago. Well, not a few. It was a while ago. It was November 20th from the Jewish Chronicler, but it was made by Lyndon Merrick, and I kind of find it to be emblematic of my problem with critics and creators now, which is she said that Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I have not seen and have no interest in seeing. I am not a Ghostbusters fan, but that's not the point. She said Afterlife is what one gets when a franchise finally throws in the towel and gives its fans exactly what they've been waiting for all along. Now, do not start any shit with this person. I think their view on this was asininely retarded, but do not start shit with them. I doubt I have that much influence, but just in case, I want to cover my bases. Do not heckle this person. They're not worth your time or mine, but she did provide me some good ideas for a video. And I actually tried writing some of this down, but I kind of lost my way while I was doing it. And what I wanted to say is this really pretentious view of the audience now is kind of annoying. Actually, not just annoying, it's retarded. It's stupid. I don't know what else to describe it as. But, it's like they see us as plebeians and themselves as patricians. They're like, oh, how dare the people have opinions? Harumph, I say, harumph. That's what this kind of attitude comes off as to me. When things don't work out, you blame the audience. It's like The Last Jedi with Ryan Johnson. If you don't like the movie, you're an entitled fan. To which I say, Ryan Johnson, eat shit and die, you gerbil-faced douchebag. I mean, really, are we not allowed to have opinions? Is that a crime now? I mean, it's not like we're going to commit a French Revolution or something, although I'm starting to think we should. Because maybe then these people will learn their goddamn place that they... I mean, really, you would not have the life... Some of you douchebags would not have the lives you have if it wasn't for the common man giving up their hard-earned cash to you. So yes, fuck these people. However, I think there was one aspect of this I should touch on, and this is something I believe it was David Stewart, a fellow YouTuber, pointed out, which was, and this is a very human element to this, is it could just be ego talking. Like, these are very egotistical people saying all this stuff, like, oh, I have opinions and they are important. Kind of like me, but I have no delusions that anyone gives a shit what I think. So, like, I am not under no delusions of me having significance. These people, they have delusions on steroids. It's almost kind of sad. Almost. Keyword almost. Like, let's say you make something. Like, for example, let's go with the creators who are bitching about, who blame fans. Like, the guy who made The Last Duel, I really did not give a shit about it. It kind of came off as like a Me Too thing, or when I look back on it now, it does. I had no interest in seeing it. Adam Driver, I heard, was in it. From what I hear, he's a good actor. I don't really care much about the movie, but he tried to blame the guy who made it, Ridley Scott. He tried to blame it on like the attention span of fans today, which he's not that wrong off. Like, I come from that generation probably that he's talking about. Like, if he's talking about millennials, yeah, we have a short attention span. We spend most of our time on our phones. Granted, I do it for different reasons. I'm playing a game on my phone, which, if you're asking in grand order, check it out. Although, if you're a gambler, I would not recommend it. Anyway, but I found that kind of, like, it was kind of tone deaf, but it was also kind of mild. I think. It would not surprise me if he has said dumber shit. It really wouldn't. But, yeah, there's that. But then you have critics. And the thing with critics that I find less understandable is I think it's just down to the fact of they are butthurt. Things are not going their way. They come off as children throwing a tantrum because things are not going the way they want, and they are pissed off about it. So they're throwing everything around, thrashing everything, throwing one of the worst temper tantrums they can think of. and insulting people in the audience. That's what these comments by people like Miss Merritt come off as. Now, the creators I can somewhat sympathize with because you're making something that you believe in and people do not like it. And your ego will not allow you to have some self-reflection and ask, could I have done better? Hopefully, when I start making my stories public, I don't have that problem. That was kind of one of the benefits of... Actually, no, probably not. I shouldn't say that. I'm saving it for another video. But yeah, it does help to have some exposure to disappointment early on. But yeah, again, I see this really I find it funny. The people calling fans entitled act like the most entitled schlubs I've seen in the entertainment industry. Like, I bet if you went back to the older generations of entertainers, they would be going, the fuck were you thinking? Like, the guys who made the old noir films and the black and white films, like the Wales horror Universal monsters, he'd probably be going like, the fuck were you thinking, man? Like, not to hit Ridley Scott, but to the creators in general, he'd be like, the fuck were you thinking? These people are our lifeblood and you're insulting them. That does not help you in any way. It helps us in no way. You are making us look bad, you schlub. Well, they probably wouldn't say schlub because... Well, they're not a pseudo-hipster like me. Well, I'm not a hipster, but I'm pretty sure I borderline on it. At least in terms of my use of vocabulary. But yeah, they would be going like, what were you thinking? Like, this... And the funny thing is, these people are kind of showing there is a divide between the rich and the middle class and the poor. Or at least the divide exists between the rich and everyone else. And that divide is quickly becoming a chasm and a canyon. Like, fuck. And they make it, and they don't even seem interested in building bridges. More like they walked up to a bridge, burned it, pissed on the ashes, and then everyone on the other side of the bridge is like, the fuck, man? And they're like, what, you don't like what I did? That's what they're doing. And... Like, can I say fuck too many times? Because it feels like it's gotten old at this point. But yeah, fucking fuckity fuck. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I try to be understanding. Like, and I try not to judge. Despite what my videos may lead you to believe, I do try not to judge people. Like, I took that from Jackie Estacado in The Darkness, which is, now, I try not to judge. Actually, his exact same things were, every guy like Eddie Short has a good side and a bad side. Sure, he's killed and tortured some people, but then again, you should see his bad side. But for what he did to, and then he's talking about Jenny, to you, both sides are as good as dead. That was Jackie Estaquado's quote. I've seen that clip too many times. To be perfectly honest, The Darkness is a good game. Give it a check if you haven't. Anyway. And actually, I have no idea where to go from here. Like, I'm at a loss for words, actually. Oh, wait, no. I thought I just thought of some. Also, I find it funny that these people compare giving fans what they want as to throwing in the towel. It's not like you... Like, if you give fans what they want, they will give you money. If you're trying to give them what they want, they will give you actual money. Now, if you want to do something original like George Lucas wanted to do, then fine, do something original. But with your own product. Don't take stuff we've loved for years and use it to bastardize what we love so you can push your own God-forsaken agenda. It's one of the things people didn't like about Star Wars was it had too much politics. And not in like you could have politics in a story, you could. There have been good works that have had politics in them. Like Star Wars, the prequels had politics in them, and I've found them touchable or not insufferable. There have been, like, horror films for years have had a slight political slant to them. That is also something that I think bears touching on. And So yeah, it's not that the politics are bad. It's more like you're doing it wrong. You motherfucker, you are doing it wrong. And for the record, I'm no expert on that. I mainly stick to writing, not movies. Like, I am hopefully illiterate when it comes to the creation of movies, for the record. Like, unlike Stuckman, I can admit when I have a problem and I don't know what I'm talking about. In this regard, I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But in terms of just making a story, you can do it with politics. It just requires a delicate touch, I guess. And these people wouldn't know delicate if you gave them a definition in the book. Like, you could read them the definition of delicate, and they would still be scratching their heads, confused. And, yeah, I think that's all I can really say on this. I wanted to say more, but fuck it. Like, much like my vlog about men being pushed away more and more from society, there will be, not a blog, a vlog. There will be a blog, though, posted on Minds, which is my written out part of this, or if I ever get around to it, on Minds. So, if you follow me on Minds, keep an eye out for that. You'll probably get a better articulated thought than you got here. And, yeah, that's the video. Have a nice day, and remember the game was rigged from the start.